Um, Funniest thing, y'all. For people who actually really watch TV a lot of people told me that they weren't able to get on the call on Wednesdays because they're watching Empire, this TV show, um, because it comes on at 8 Central, and I'm baffled. Um, I don't know what to say about that. I'm trying to, like this, I'm busy trying to build my own empire. So I don't have time to watch it on TV. Maybe I'll catch a rerun or something another day. But I'll do the recording anyways. But for you all who don't know, and the people who will watch this, my name is Stephen Crawford. Been in the business 2.5 years now, or coming up on 2.5 years. 2.5 global specialty member and creator of the wonderful Urban Adventures Group. Now, these Wednesday calls are designed to help the new people. These Wednesday calls are designed to show the people who are striving for the 50% just the different ways that we could take to get there. And then also it's going to help the leaders, once you do get to the 50% level, know how to teach your people who come in the business. Last week was the first week, and we covered we started off with how to actually sign up. We covered first steps of the marketing plan, our first steps of the business, and we went over the marketing plan. The marketing plan is extremely important, and it's something that we're probably going to touch on a weekly basis, just because you have to know where you're going. And if you don't know exactly where you're going, you're going to be just driving around, so you get tired of driving around. So knowing the marketing plan, and specifically knowing what it takes for you to get to the next step for yourself, is going to be key. I'll tell you guys what I did for my first month when I was on Herbalife. I came home every day from work because I was working a job at Target, and I had the marketing plan open on my couch, and I used to read it for like 30 minutes or whatever just to see my next level. Because I really didn't have like a time limit in my head, and I really didn't have like a restriction of how fast I wanted to do things. They told me I can get the supervisor in a day if I wanted to. So my objective every day was to wake up and try to get the supervisor, because they said that's where your life changes. That's where you start to qualify for, everything. That's where you get the biggest discount. And I don't know, some people, well, you would think that they like getting, 25% or 35%. They don't really look for those tips and whatnot to actually get to 50%. I was not with it. I was like, you know what? Tell me how to get to 50% as fast as possible. So I applied everyday action, came home every day, read the marketing plan, see what I had to do. And that kind of fueled me to keep, striving for a client a day was the mindset. So this, we'll touch on really fast is the marketing plan. And what I want to do is, for the people who are not at 50%, I really would like for my conscience, for it to be clear, you know what, we just won't have that many people here anyways. We'll do it for everybody. What I want to know is make sure that you know your next milestone. I want to know if you know what your next step of the marketing plan is for you. If it's not a step, if it's a cut, or whatever it is, I want to know and make sure that you know exactly what you're doing, because I can sit up here and assume all day, every day, and you're just kind of going along through the motions, and you don't really want to ask because you feel like you're supposed to know, whatever the case may be. That's fine. We're going to discuss that right now before we get into the newer content of the day, which is going to be about posting. It's going to be about pictures and editing. The groups that we have on Facebook, it's going to be one of those conversations. It's not going to be too long today. So, and we're just luckily to go in order today. By the way, my boxes are set up. And I'll go backwards, Michelle, because you were on first. This 616 number, I don't know who this is. I'm unmuting you. Who am I speaking to? This 616 number. Who called in? Maybe they're not listening. Well, can't hear them. Can anybody else hear them? Okay, we'll go back to them. I don't know who that is. 616-719. Wherever you are, you're going to have to talk. I will find you. The next person is Orlando and Kylie. So I'm going to unmute them. They look like they in the gym getting it in.
Hold on, Kylie, go take it. And so your question was what is our next level, right? Like what is our next promotion or level or pin
the next level or the next cut that you're going for, and how you're going to get there. How do you get there?
Okay.
So I guess our next step is active world team. We're kind of just building more members, getting more members involved to have our coaches be doing more organizational volume. We're about a little more than halfway there right now, so kind of getting more of our coaches up to the supervisor level right now.
And specifically, how do you get there?
So like in the row, so the 10,000 organizational.
Oh, like explain it? Yeah. Oh, to get there, do you explain it?
Well.
No, I want to hear Kylie.
Okay, so this like confuses me to the active world team.
Start world team, so the first.
So to get to world team is 4 months to 2,500 volume points. So once you hit the active supervisor, your 3rd month of 2,500, the 4th month, you'll hit world team. And then to hit active world team is out of 6 months, you have to have a total of 10,000 organizational volume points, hitting each month of 2,500, and then
one more.
Is it hitting 500 royalty volume points?
No, that'll be your royalties and organizational volume points are the same. The last one you're missing is 10,000 personal volume points, which is what they do. The 5 gets 5 for, so you don't have to technically do 10. You can just do the 5. On the 5 gets 5 month. So all you guys have left is 10,000 organizational volume points, and you'll be active world team. So cool. Yeah, you know, I know Orlando know we done talked about it 18 times. I had to talk to Kylie. Next person on my screen is Rachel.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
My next step is world team, and Kylie kind of already hit it. You have to get 4 consecutive months of the 2,500 volume points.
Gotcha. We know you can do it because you almost did it.
Almost.
Jess, who just hopped on. I think that's your person, Rachel?
Yeah.
Oh, turn up. Who said that? Who said yeah? Like, who turned up? You turn up then. All right. I don't know if you heard what we're talking about, but we're discussing our personal next level of the marketing plan. If you know it, and if you do know it, how do you achieve it? So that's on you now.
Okay. I mean, I haven't really looked into too much yet. I mean, I just kind of got on here about, almost a week ago. So more than anything, I'm just kind of starting to reach out and get people educated and get myself educated.
Okay. How long have you been a member?
Member, I think, Rachel, what was it, like a week ago, probably? I mean, I've been using Herbalife for a few months now.
Okay, I do remember seeing that. So for you, and what I was talking about at the beginning of the call, the very, very first thing you want to know when you come into this, to actually the business side of it, is how to increase your discount, because you're at the 25% level right now. You really, like I was saying, nobody wants to set up for 25% when it's 50% out there to get. So we want to know, what is your next step? I don't know if you guys have went over the marketing plan at all, but what we are preaching and what we're talking about is knowing the marketing plan before you do anything, because it's just kind of like you're just kind of just doing Herbalife instead of doing Herbalife with a purpose. And your purpose is definitely to get to senior consultant, which is your next level. And how you're going to do that is by simply 500 volume points in 1 calendar month. September ends on September 30th, and then it starts over. And it's very, very simple too. If you stay on your plan and you get like maybe, a best friend and a sister or 2 other people on the plan in 1 month, you'll be very, very close to 500 volume points and taking your discount from 25% to 35%, which is still a whole lot better. So that's what I focus on. Gotcha. Next person on the screen, Miss Strong Arm, aka Armstrong. You're unmuted. It's on you. Can I hear you? What? Oh, I can't hear the words coming out of your mouth. You're saying something, but the vocals ain't coming out. I think we got some technical difficulties. Oh, okay. All right. Well, while we're moving on to the next person, if you can so kindly just type it in. Yeah, just type it in. You can type it in, and then I'll look at it, and then I'll go on to the next person, which is Michelle. You're unmuted. You're live. Talk to me.
Excellent. My next step is qualified producer or supervisor, depending on what I'm able to do. And I have my trusty sheet right here because it's on my couch because I read it a lot.
Awesome.
So I need 2,500 volume points within 1 to 3 months to get qualified producer. And then I have 3 different options to get supervisor, but they all essentially are like 4,000 points or 10,000 points over the 12 months. So I'm hoping to have it by Christmas. So I'm hoping that last option doesn't even apply. So I don't really read that one.
Here's the beautiful thing about supervisor. It's 4,000 volume points regardless whether you do it in 1 month, whether you do it in 12 months, it's 4,000 volume points. So the easiest way to do this, and this is for everybody, if you wanted to know the easiest way to do volume, the easiest way to do volume is to not do it by yourself. Best way to do it is to start doing volume, and then as you get clients, start getting those clients to become members, those who are interested. And I know sometimes we think that people might not be interested, and we may think that we don't know anybody interested, but think about yourself. At one point in time, you weren't interested because nobody has said anything to you, and you really didn't even know anything about the business. So you want to make sure that people at least know. You'd be surprised at the people who will sign up. Like I was surprised Rachel wanted to sign up. I was surprised when Orlando said, it didn't take me a million years to get Orlando signed up. So you just want to give the opportunity to people, just to let them know, hey, you have the option of increasing your discount and making a little bit of, side income. If you are going to continue to buy the products anyways, you might as well, get a little bit of a discount. And nobody will say they can't use an extra $500. It's not plausible. Like everybody, whether you're rich or whether you're poor, you can use an extra $500. And the thing about it is we can show you how to do it at that 50% level or at the 25% level. It's very, very simple. So you just want to just put that bug in people's ears, because the worst thing you can do, it's not bad, but it's just not good, is get the supervisor and have no people working with you. Because then that makes the 2,500 volume points that you have to get, it makes it really, really hard to obtain, because that's a lot of personal production you have to do. I'll let you guys know, because you have to sometimes put a person or people to attach to these numbers. So what does 2,500 volume points look like? That looks like 20 clients, which is why they have us do the consumer group of 20. So just imagine you haven't had 20 by yourself, or only get, it's kind of, that looks crazy, right? Or you could just get like 5 to 10, and then you have like 5 other people with just 1 or 2 clients. That makes the business a whole lot easier. When I was doing like 15,000 and 20,000 volume points, it was me doing, like maybe 3,000 personally purchased, but then I had a team of people who were doing who had like a couple of clients here, a couple of clients there, and then that made, like triple the volume. So that's the kind of thing you want to get into a habit of, especially rolling into the qualified producer level. People will legitimately miss qualified producer because they're like just nickel and diming volume for 400 volume points here, 300 here, 150 there. and you know they'll misqualify producer. And the thing is, if you misqualify producer, you kind of are putting yourself at the position to say you're not really working. As far, I mean, you're kind of just somebody who's just enjoying the products, and you know that is what it is. There's nothing wrong with that, but you know if you're looking to build a business, you want to actually hit every step. So let's not even put a and, if, or but on it. We say supervisor is the goal, qualified producer on the way, but we won't say whichever. We gotta. You can't put two different directions in the GPS. You gotta say which one am I going to. They may give you two options. You got to choose which one to head towards. So, you know, that's definitely up to you. Whether you, you know, whichever one makes you feel comfortable. But whichever one makes you feel comfortable, go with the other one. Because we're all about getting uncomfortable.
Awesome.
Got you. Let me read this. Oh, she brought out the detail with the numbers. So we got somebody that's about to be a supervisor. That's awesome. So at least you know exactly what it is that you're looking to do. We just had somebody just join the call. They're darked out though. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna unmute them. Can you hear me? Well, everybody can hear me. Yes, I'm talking to you, black screen. Oh, there it is. I'm getting some. Oh, wait, where'd they go?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm driving.
Oh, okay. How you doing this evening? It doesn't. Your name isn't showing up, so I can't see who this is.
Oh, I'm great. I just got out of class, so that's why the screen was.
Okay, no problem. But it doesn't say your name, so who is this?
Alicia.
Oh, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm fantastic.
Just got a question for you, so we can go ahead and proceed with our call for this evening. And my question for you is: first off, how long have you been a member?
I've been a member. Let me see. I started in January, but then I kind of fell off of the business. So I picked everything back up probably around May.
Awesome. And what is your current level of the marketing plan?
I am a current senior consultant.
Turn up, 35%. Hey, now, the question that I've been asking everybody else is, what is your next level of the marketing plan? Do you know?
The next level that I want to personally go to is I kind of want to skip over qualified producer and go to supervisor, but you know.
Okay, and how do you know the specifics on how you're gonna do that or how to get there?
Are you saying do I know what I need to do or?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're making sure everybody knows what you actually have to do to get to that level.
Oh yeah. Yes. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, I'm listening.
Oh, okay. I know for qualified producer I have to have at least 8 more volume points, and then to get to supervisor I have to have 25 in either 3 to 12 months.
That's the old marketing plan. So what I'm gonna do right now, and I'm gonna update you. I'm gonna upgrade your software real quick, and just so we understand the specifics of it. I think your thing keeps on going on mute, but this is what it is. I didn't hear what you said, qualified producer, so I'm not sure exactly what it says. But just like I told Michelle, we're gonna skip that anyways. We getting supervisors around here. So how to get to supervisor is just very, very simple. It's 4,000 volume points. Whether you do 4,000 volume points in 1 month or you do it in 12 months, it's 4,000 volume points in 1 to 12 months. That's it. How Herbalife wants you to do it, they want you to get 2,000 personal volume points, and then they want you to get 2,000 downline volume points, which is the people that you sign up as members. And just like I was telling everybody before, your best way to move up the marketing plan the fastest is to sign up members, just like yourself, to help you do the volume. So that's that. It sounds like you know what you're talking about. So I'll just go into the quick topic for today. Like I told everybody, I want to cover a few bases. And last week was the marketing plan, and we'll do that. We'll do this every week, and we won't go over everybody every week, obviously. But today, you know, was just it's one of the beginning and one of the first calls. So what I want to do is tell you all exactly what you should be doing after you go to marketing plan, and as far as posting goes, and as far as pictures goes, and as far as our groups goes. First things first, when you become a member, your best bet is to make a post on social media about you becoming a health coach. And if you have, this is why having results is important, because you say, hi, I'm such and such. I got this kind of result on Herbalife. I decided to become a member. And this is even something I turn around. I do this sometimes myself. Like if I haven't done it in like 6 months or so, I'll do the same thing. You know, I'll say, my name is this. These are my results on Herbalife. I either became or I've been a Herbalife health coach, and I'm looking to help people change their lives, whether you need more energy, whether you need to gain or lose weight. I've seen this product do a lot of amazing things. So if you need any assistance, let me know. The reason we want to do this is because you're now reaching into your own circle of influence. And the best thing you can do is get a piece of paper and write down like 5 to 10 names of people that you think that could benefit from these products. And this is what's good about having your own testimonial. This is what's good about having your own product story. The fact that you can speak from the products from a place of you've already taken it is going to help you out a lot, is with conviction. So that's 2 steps that I would take. And this is what they told me when I first joined the business. They said, make a list as long as you want, but make sure you at least have 5 to 10 people on there that you want to contact. And this used to be as success training seminars for me. They said, as soon as you're done with this STS, you're going to contact these people, and you want to use that excitement that you had and show that and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I want you to be a part of it. Don't give them the option. Just say, hey, this, if it's mom, if it's sister, the family is going to be the people who trust you the most. And I promise you, once you actually really, really fall in love, I know a lot of people just like Herbalife right now, and it's really dope. Once you really, really fall in love with it, you're going to not want to do it without your family. You're not going to want my mom is a member, and she's like absolutely like 100 times way more excited about it than I ever thought. She did mid-clay mass on Monday, and I was like, what the heck is going on? So she's excited about the products. Her and her husband are supervisors. So, and then I have, my cousin Orlando, and I'll have all these family members who are in the business. And I couldn't imagine doing this business without my best friends and my family members, because I guarantee you, the longer you are in Herbalife, the more you're going to actually realize everything you do is kind of centered around Herbalife, which is not a bad thing. You're more positive. You're attending events that actually stimulate you mentally and physically. You're doing a whole lot of more positive things in your life than being stagnant. So the actual opportunity that you're getting, you're going to want to bring your family and friends along with you. So making that list and reaching out to people instead of waiting on people to come to you is what's really going to help you get those early members. That's what I did. And I ended up getting my roommate, Robert Easterling. He ended up being my first client, and he lost 29 pounds his first month, signed up as a member. And then I ended up getting Rhonda Hosey, which is a World Team member under us. And she did the buddy system with one of her friends, and they hit supervisor in a month. So I had these 3 people underneath me that were doing great things right away. And that helped me get the supervisor in 3.5 weeks. It helped me get to World Team in 3 months, active World Team 6 months, and Global Expansion Team 11 months. But look at that. One of my best friends just became apps. And then that's what you want, though. How dope is that when you get with your friends and you, instead of asking what was on TV last night, what shape did you have this morning? Like it's like personalities at that time. So you want those kind of people around you to keep because I will tell you guys one thing. When you have a bunch of people around you that aren't in Herbalife or aren't even positive in supporting you doing Herbalife, it's going to suck you away from the company, because the things you are around are the things you tend to be like. You know, when you're around that friend who talks a certain way, and next thing you know, you're talking like that way at the end of the week. Yeah, I know it is. And Rachel would when I go home, when I used to go home to Wisconsin, and like everybody's like laughing at me and stuff because I do Herbalife, but then they see the car that I drive and they see what kind of shape I'm in, and they kind of change their mind real fast. So that doesn't bother me at all. But that's the thing. You want to that's why these calls are so important. You want to make sure that as much negative as you're hearing and as much not positive stuff that you're hearing, that you're getting encouragement throughout the week, that you're getting, you know, somebody pulling you back into this Herbalife bubble that we like to call it. So these calls, if you don't learn anything from these calls, if you don't take anything away to apply to your business, at least you're going to be in the Herbalife bubble to where Herbalife is in your mind. And that's why I go to events every month. I may not never learn anything at a STS, but at least I'm going, and that's something I could be doing way worse than going to that event. You know, I could be going out like I used to, clubbing, partying, not benefiting my life at all, versus actually going to actually learn something and stay in a positive mindset. So that's what the importance of these calls and these events. So reaching out to your family to pull them in is definitely important. Now, I get the question all the time, the picture editing apps and where to post and who to tag. This is simple. What happens with all these, Garen Jones, if you guys know Garen Jones, 30K executive press team, aka $100,000 a month. It's kind of gross when I say, sometimes I have to sip some bed mix when I say that. $100,000 a month. What he does, he kind of revolutionized the way that social media works. He takes his time. And what I really realized is I take my time on my post. If I'm going to make a post about a new client, I get a picture, and it literally sometimes may take me like an hour or two to make the post. And it's because I make sure I edit the picture correctly. It's not one thing it won't do. It won't take me longer than 24 hours because time is of the essence to get the post up as soon as somebody does accomplish something to where they're notified of everything right away. But I do take my time. I don't just throw together a post. And Garen taught me this. He taught me exactly how you make something is how somebody is going to receive it. So if you just made it because you just feel like you have to get a post out of the way, or just because somebody told you to, it's going to come across that same way. People are going to receive it. It's going to bounce right off them. If you take your time with the picture, edit it, make sure everything is right, then put the words on there, and then, make sure that, the message that you type is actually something that you think about. I guarantee you're going to get a lot more people that are liking it. You're going to get a lot more people who are, that are going to inquire about it. I think I made a post. It was just my shaking tea the other day, but I just so happened to really take time editing the picture to where it just looks cool. I'm telling you, things that are appealing to the eyes, people are just drawn to. So I took my time editing it. I took my time. You doubled up on us, Jess, real quick. But I took my time with everything, and it got mind you, it was a simple shake and tea, and it got like 5 shares, which it doesn't make any sense just for a shake and tea. They got like 160 likes on Instagram, and people were like, I'm stealing this. I'm like, it's just a shake and tea. Like, it's my cups. It's not anything special. But people are looking at the actual fact that I typed out a message and the actual fact that I took time to edit the post. So I'll share with you guys really quick. I have a photography folder on my phone. I know a lot of y'all are about that Android life. I'm sorry. But I do have I'm team iPhone forever and ever. But the apps that I have, I think Google Store, Play, whatever y'all store is, might have these apps in there. But Rachel, yeah, that's why your lighting is like that, because you probably on your Android. But the apps that I use when I first get a picture, if I want to actually edit, well, she works for Apple. Turn up, like my sister works for Apple too. Apple's an amazing company. But my favorite apps, I don't know if you guys can see, that's kind of bright. I don't want to do that. It's kind of bright. But my first app that I use to actually edit the pictures is Snapseed. And what I do in Snapseed is it allows me to upload any picture and then enhance it. It's kind of like an easier way of Photoshop, like using Photoshop. Photoshop is very, it's like heavily integrated, and it takes you actually some learning to do Photoshop. Snapseed is just the easier way to edit photos. And once you go in there, you just select the photo, and I'll tell you guys a few of my favorite options. It's like a little pen at the bottom right hand corner, and when you click that, you're going to get a whole bunch of different options to use. The ones that I use details, tune image, and glamour, glow, and drama. Those are the 4 sections that I use to actually enhance the pictures. And you can always go back and forth and play with it and get the picture just how you like it, if the lighting isn't right or whatever the case may be. Then the next app that I use for actually putting words on pictures is either Over or Font Candy. I actually bought Font Candy for like 99 cents. It's not bad because it unlocked all the fonts, but I use that, or I'll use Over. The reason I use Over sometimes is if you want to put like emojis or something on a picture. Most apps don't allow you to do that, but Over actually allows you to put whatever's on your keyboard on your picture. So that's the apps that I use for the words, and then I have stamps as well. So if you guys see like the Herbalife Nutrition stamp, or you guys see whatever stamps you see on pictures, like the Herb Avengers stamp, or the Herb Hero stamp, those are actually stamps that we put on the picture, so you don't have to type that out. I know people look at them and they wonder how we get those stamps. Well, if you need the stamps, they have to be sent via like either email or text message, so you can save them correctly to put on your pictures. So if you need them, just type into the group and just say if anybody can send you those stamps. Either I will, or I'm sure Rhonda will. But the app is called iStamp, and it's very, very simple. You pick the picture, and you pick the stamp that you want to put over it. It's kind of just like layering pictures. Put the picture, and the reason that you have to get these specific stamps is because sometimes people put a stamp on top of a picture and it has a background. Well, the stamps that we have are transparent, so you'll be able to actually put the transparent tags on the pictures. And this may sound like tedious stuff, but when I promise you, just how you look at a picture and you say it'll look sloppily put together, or it's not appealing to the eyes, is the same way somebody's going to look at your post when you don't. And you want to make your post as attractive as possible. So those are the apps that I use for editing my photos, for putting words on my photos, and then stamping my photos. And then the groups, just so you all are clear, when you're added to, or when you become a member, you're added to 3 groups right away. You're added to Herb Avengers, which is our direct group, which is the one I created. Your Super Team, which is my upline president's team, Super Mario, that's his organization. And then your Team Herb Heroes, that's 30K Prez, Garen's organization. The reason we have 3 groups, you have Team Herb Heroes, so you can actually see what's going on with Garen. But I promise you, if you post something in there, it will get lost in translation, because Garen has upwards of 2,000 members in his organization and about 3,000 or 4,000 in that page. So everything that goes in there kind of gets lost. But you go in there for updates. The Monday night calls that Garen does every single Monday at 6:30 Pacific, 8:30 Central Time. The link is actually there in the pinned post. He actually went off on Monday. It was one of the better calls. And like I said, I get on all these calls personally, so I stay within the Herbalife community in the bubble, so I never fall off. Super Team is just it's more of a local thing with the Super Team, but you do want to post in there so you get your recognition. And then our Urban Avengers group is mostly for, it's for everybody, because we have a lot of remote coaches everywhere. So whenever you make a post about a new client, where do you put it? You put that on your personal timeline. You don't put that in the groups. The reason you don't put it in the groups, they're private groups, and your client will never see it. So all your new members, or all your new clients, they go on your personal timeline. When you get a new member, that goes on your personal timeline as well, just so people can see. But then you put it in the other groups. You put it in Team Urban Heroes. you put it in Super Team, and you put it in Urban Ventures. When I tell you that this is a very, very vital step, I'm telling you, people are going to be like, wow, I just had 50 people add me as friends today. And I have people inboxing me, and I have people comment on pictures telling me welcome and congratulations on making this decision. I've never had anything like this before. It's kind of overwhelming for some people because they're not used to like getting that many notifications at one time. And then other people, it's kind of like, okay, this is the real deal, because all these people can't be fake if all these people are excited and are wishing me well wishes. This is why it's important. It takes a little bit of time, but it's worth it in the long run. And then a big part, when you get them in the groups, just make sure you add them as a member first. A lot of people forget that, and they just shout them out, and the person's not in the group, so they don't never see the notifications. So those are the big steps, and the big steps after you learn the marketing plan and after you know what your next level is to actually get acclimated with posting. And then this is the last piece that I'll leave you all with, and this is like a direct direction. Get a number of posts you want to do a day in your head. The reason why is because you want to be consistent. You want people to always know what you're doing. And people are going to watch whether they ever comment, whether they never, like the picture or whatever it is. People are going to watch. I had a girl, who was it? It was Caitlin. She's in Canada. She's a supervisor. She watched what I did for 9 months. Never liked, never commented. Same thing with Brittany Graff. Just watch the whole thing. Just watch the transition. Then one day I got a message. I'm ready. I've been watching for 8 months. You guys look, you have so much fun. You guys look like you're having a great time and you're getting in amazing shape. I want to know what's going on with this Herbalife thing. So you want to make sure you stay on the ball. For me, I want to make minimum 3 posts a day on between Facebook. Well, my Instagram posts directly go to Facebook anyway. I just double up that way anyways. So the objective for me is 3 a day. And the reason for that is because people are on social media at all different times. So people who are morning social mediaers, I don't think that's a real word, but we're going to use that right now. Social mediaers in the morning are different than the ones that are evening social mediaers. So you want to make sure you're breaking it up. I have a post in the morning, afternoon, and at nighttime. And it'll be either a healthy, active lifestyle post, it'll be a product post, or it'll just be an inspirational post. And anything I want to do in between then is perfect. I know Garen says full time, he does like 5 posts a day. That's what he says. But because he said he always wants to be on people's minds. Mind you, you're going to have a slight drawback. Some people are going to get annoyed. So what? Whether they're annoyed or whether they never say anything, it doesn't do anything for your business either way. So you rather get them out of the way regardless. Whether they just going to be people watching. Either they're going to either they're going to say no when you ask, or they're going to get annoyed. But that's 0 volume points anyways. So I'd rather be able to reach out to a mass amount of people and not really care about the people who are going to unfollow me or unfriend me or talk bad about me. The reason people will talk bad about you doing this is because they don't like their own life and they don't like the situation that they're going through. So that's typically how that goes. And I'll tell you guys a story. It's not even like really a story, but a fact that Tara Malia. If you guys know who Tara Malia is, she's a 7,500 millionaire team member. Which dollar amounts that equates to about $15,000 to $17,000 a month. She actually is Garen's best friend, and she unfollowed or unfriended him on Facebook 3 times. And he kept adding her back because they're friends. But after like the 3rd time, she actually gave in because she needed help. And now look, she's a millionaire team member, almost a press team. So never get discouraged with people who don't want to hear what you got to say right now, because it just may not be their time to hear. But sooner or later, it'll be their time. I'm getting all kind of messages recently right now from people I talked to in 2014 and earlier on this year and later last year, that just want to be, they're just ready now, or they're just so tired of seeing. I think they're just kind of waiting on us to fall off, and then they just get sick and tired of it. 10 months later, like, this dude is still talking about Herbalife, and he looks even better. And his situation, and he just went out of town like 18 times since the last time we talked. This can't be like fake. So as long as you stay within that realm, you're going to be good. That's the only thing that I had. Oh, always wear your button. I know it sounds stupid sometimes, but your button is going to be like, my sister just made a post about somebody asking her if she uses Herbalife, and they'll probably end up being a client just about wearing your button. It's not going to hurt you. I'll tell you, Super Mario used to get on me every day at the gym about being branded. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Whatever. And the fact that I got branded, either I'm going to get people who are intimidated or just will stare at me, and then I'll have to go up and talk to them, or people will actually ask me, hey, you do that Herbalife thing? Yeah, you ever do it? I'm telling you, this is the easiest answer. This is the easiest response. Everybody always looks for a response to people, whenever they ask them about Herbalife, or like, how do you lose weight? Somebody asks you have the button on, lose weight now, ask me how. People are going to say how. And the only thing I'll ever say to people is, Herbalife, you ever tried it? And if they say no, you want to? We ain't got time for the million questions and sit there for 20 years. Like, you obviously know what this is because you said something. And I'm not going to sit here and beat around the bush and try to convince you, hey, I do Herbalife, I look like this, or my results are like this. Boom, this is what I did. This is my before and after. If you want to try it, $20, 3-day trial. I'm telling y'all, 3-day trials will make your business a lot easier if you're actually somebody who's out talking to people, or actually in, I guess, areas where there's a lot of people who see you all the time. I personally am really good at getting people on full nutrition plans right away. That's what I did for the first year and a half of the business. But for people who are looking to baby step their way and actually learn how to build a huge client base, use the 3-day trials. It's $20. If you don't have the confidence to sell somebody a $200 plan, you probably have the confidence to sell somebody a 3-day trial, which is just $20. So, I mean, it's just easy enough to have a 3-day trial handy, and somebody asks you, I was thinking about Herbalife. Oh, what, you want to try it? I got a 3-day trial for $20. You can't lose. You're probably about to go spend $20 at Starbucks or something right now. You might as well use something that will benefit your health. So where that, let me show y'all my little jar. I got a little jar right before I leave the house. Buttons. It's all buttons in there, all different kinds. I'm never leaving the house without a button on. Doesn't make sense. Marcus told me wear a button all the time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wear a button. You get them in your distributor kit, so everybody should have a button lying around somewhere. If you don't, hey, guess what? You can go on your website and order a pack of buttons. So that is my stuff for today. Exactly. And like what Rachel just said about 3-day trials, is it's really quick and you get quick results. But the best thing I think about it is, it's kind of like she touched on, you'll be able to find out who's serious and who's not serious. I guarantee you, it's going to suck when somebody buys a full plan and the next day they're talking about returning it. Or they buy a full plan and they're the hardest person in the world to get in touch with. If somebody can't do a 3-day trial, then you shouldn't have never wasted your time anyways. And, but y'all got a box of, that's decent. That's decent. That's nice. That's nice. I like y'all little button rack. It's cute. Real cute. But, okay, we are at our 45-minute mark. So this is the point to where I want to ask if anybody has any questions about either the stuff that we covered today or any questions about anything in particular. And this is a good time to, learn and whatnot. So if anybody has any questions, you can go ahead.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so when I go out, I do have on my button, I'll have my water bottle, or I have my bag, but it seems as if I am invisible to people. I be wanting people to just come up and I just be wanting somebody to just ask me, but it seems like nobody says anything. So what is the best way to go about that? Because I really do be feeling like I'm invisible, but
So
I don't know.
my question,
Like I said, I have on my button. I have my green and black water bottle. I'm amped. I'm ready. I'm pumped. But nobody says anything, and I'm like, why? Won't you just say something to me? So what's the best way to go about that?
the best way to go about generating conversation, if you're not being the kind of like what Rachel just said, one thing I do personally before I leave the house, I intentionally, the power of the universe is real, so I intentionally will say I want to have or attract 5 to 10 people or 5 to 10 conversations a day before I leave the house. And if that does not happen, like you're saying, tell yourself this: I'm going to just say good morning or good afternoon or good evening or just hi to 10 people today. What this does is the people who are scared to talk to you, if you show them that you're not intimidating, because I'm telling y'all, I'm 6'3", 200 pounds, and I walk around with tank tops on all the time. For whatever reason, I'm not the most approachable person because people are intimidated. So when I actually say, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" When I walk into the gym, I'm saying hi to 10 people before I walk in this gym or before I walk out. Or if I'm at the grocery store, I say I'm going to not have a conversation, but I'm at least going to say hi to 5 people. People will be surprised, and then it's an icebreaker. You're going to generate conversations just off of the fact that you broke the ice and said hi. You're not walking up to somebody saying hi and just standing there in their face, but people are looking. So, hey, how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing fine. How are you? Great. I just had my tea before I came in here. What tea you talking about? And then the conversation just takes off. Have a lift off in your pocket, just shoot to the cashiers, whatever it is. But whatever you got to do to generate conversations, it gets kind of crazy sometimes. I personally will walk around with a lift off in my pocket because I know most people need energy. And if I go to a grocery store at nighttime, the cashier is usually in there just pressing the buttons and in there dragging. I'm like, hey, how's your day going? Every time, giving that lift off a change the game. Every time I'm out with a president's team member, there's everybody, whether we're at a restaurant, whether it's a cab driver, whether it's somebody on the street, they say, hi, how's your day going? Or if it's a cashier, I literally will hear them say, hey, so what's the highlight of your day today? We ain't got nothing to do about Herbalife. But what just by the reciprocation of people asking you how you're doing, that's the ball game. You ask me how I'm doing, I'm telling you everything I did today. I've had an awesome day. I woke up, had my Herbalife shake. I was feeling down. I'm doing some Herbalife tea. Did some personal development. My day is good to go. And just by mentioning that, by default, you're going to see if somebody's interested. So get creative with the way you actually don't go out and just think you're going to be like a magnet and people are just going to be coming towards you, because it's just some people are naturally like that and I'm not like that. And, some people just don't have that, attribute. So you have to find other ways, other creative methods to actually talk to people without actually talking about Herbalife. And Herbalife is going to come up anyways. Anybody else with any questions, comments, or anything before we get off of here? Let me see, I'm looking around. Everybody good to go? So what, September 23rd, we have still a few weeks left, or 1 weekend left for anybody who has a success training seminar. For all supervisors coming up, we have a leadership development weekend in October. That leads me to believe that we're going to have a SDS in October for whatever reason, but I don't think so. No, I don't think we can do that. It doesn't make sense. I guess you got to get the supervisor. But anyways, October is leadership development weekend for events. Anything you know of Reno, Nevada? I will ask about Reno I'm not too sure about if there's anything going on in Reno. I'll look, but if not, hey, no problem. There's a place you can drive to. There's places you can go, and then you get to be the person who opens up Reno, Nevada, and everybody gets to talk about you forever. So that's, it's never, everything is always no problem. So, I mean, hey, I'm game to help you do anything that you need to do, because guess what? Once upon a time, Los Angeles had 0, then Mark Hughes came. So you never know. You can change the game. So anybody else, any questions, comments, or concerns? I see Kylie's big old thumb on the camera. I don't know what she's doing.
I was just thinking out loud, because because we have some people in North Dakota, obviously. Is there anything that you know of that's closer than the cities?
In Dakota, period, or just North Dakota?
Just in North Dakota in general. Because I haven't seen anything closer than the cities, which is at least 4 hours from most places in North Dakota.
I looked on the website for most places, and I didn't see anything in Nevada, and I didn't see anything in Dakota when I was looking. But I honestly, what it kind of has to boil down to sometimes is the people before areas were really open like they are now. People had to do the drive, or people had to make the the commute or whatever to events. I know when I first started, we didn't have anything here ever, and I had to drive 2.5 hours every single Saturday to a Saturday school. So sometimes that one day out of the month, you just got to say, hey, this is where I'm going. I'll tell y'all what, we just had mega training, we just had STS, and I was about to have LDW 3 weekends in a row. Sometimes it's just like that, sometimes you just have to, but that's why we have the calls, and that's why they have the online webinars if you for STSs, if you don't have an STS in your area and you want to do the online one. But you'll be fine if you plug into the calls. Don't worry about going to any events if you don't have any. Just get on these calls, just get on Garen's call, and I promise you that's all you need to get going. I'm going to teach you the nooks and crannies, and Garen's going to give you the inspiration. So that's all you really need to get going to create something of your own. So good question. So anybody else with anything? Everybody good? Everybody squared away? All right. I'm stopped the recording.